Hi, my name is Justin and welcome to my channel Nooks Cooks. Today I'm going to teach you how to cook beefsteak, so let's start. Okay, I've let you sit through enough of this. If you're wondering why there's no sound, it's because I forgot to check if the sound was recording. Rookie mistake. And that's okay, I'm just gonna do a voiceover. Bistek comes from the word beefsteak. It's a braised beef dish that is marinated in soy sauce and calamansi juice. Then it's mixed with onions. It also goes by the name Bistek Tagalog. You may hear me going back and forth between pronouncing it bistek or bistig with a G, and bistig is what the dish is called in Pampanga. There are similar dishes found across Spanish-speaking countries, the first being bistek encebollada from Puerto Rico that uses vinegar instead of soy sauce and citrus. Bistek de palomilla in Cuba that is beefsteak marinated in citrus, pan-fried, and served with sautéed onions. Bistek a caballo in Colombia that's a steak seasoned with spices and a tomato and onion sauce, then topped with a fried egg. And bistek ranchero in Mexico that's a pan-seared steak loaded with potatoes, chilies, onions, and a tomato-based sauce. In the Mariana Islands in Guam, they have a bistek called chamorro bistek that uses vinegar instead of citrus and has annatto seeds and peas. For the beef, I'm using boneless top sirloin steak, though you can use any beef steak of your choosing. Usually I use beef chuck, and top sirloin happened to be what was on sale at the store. Look at me waving my hands around trying to be more emotive. The day before I marinated the beef. Like any time you butcher beef, you want to make sure you cut against the grain for the best texture, otherwise the beef will be tough. Here I'm trimming away the excess fat, then slicing the beef into 1/4 inch thick strips. I cut down some of the longer strips in case I thought they were too large for eating. I marinate the beef in 1 cup of soy sauce, and a 1/4 cup of calamansi juice. And then mix it all together by hand. Cover it and marinate for at least 2 hours in the refrigerator. For best results, marinate overnight to really tenderize the beef. The next day I realized I messed up the ratio of beef to marinade, so I bought and added 2 more pounds of steak and let it marinate for 2 more hours. While the meat is marinating, I peel and cut the onion into rings. Then I separate the onion into individual rings. Once the meat is done marinating, I put it into a hot pan and cook until the marinade boils. Once it's boiling, I turn down the heat to medium-low and let it simmer for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I turn off the heat and separate out the meat and marinade. Make sure to save both. Now add some neutral oil to the same hot pan. This allows the onions to absorb some of the meaty flavor. Then cook down the onions until they start to put on some color and become slightly soft. You still want them to have some bite in them. Remove and set aside the onions. Then add more neutral oil to the same hot pan. Now brown the meat until all the meat pieces put on some nice color and added flavor. Once the meat is browned, I add back in the marinade and turn up the heat to high to reduce the marinade by half, or at least until it's thickened up. When the sauce is reduced, I add back in the cooked onions, mix it in, and we're done. Okay, the bistek is ready. Just like a lot of Filipino dishes, they're served with a side of steamed white rice. So we're gonna take some of the meat, the onion, and the sauce, or in Kapampangan it's called sabo. Put it on the rice. It's nice and reduced. Even though there's a minimal amount of ingredients, they all pack a punch. Soy sauce, calamansi, and onion. So let's dig in, or in Kapampangan, mayantamo or mayantana. Okay. Ooh. Rice went somewhere it wasn't supposed to go. Having the onions in there is nice because it balances out the saltiness and umami of the soy sauce. So the onions add like a sweet flavor to it that helps cut through the acidity of the calamansi and the saltiness of the soy sauce. So I just mentioned earlier that I just got back from the Philippines and Japan. So if you want to see any of that content posted here or on any of my other social media, leave a comment down below whether or not you want to see that, and I can make that happen. So remember to like and subscribe. Peace!